Yo, what's up everybody, it's Roar. Have you ever felt that afternoon slump hit you like a truck? You know that feeling where you'd rather be face down in a pizza than do anything productive? You tell yourself, man, I'm exhausted, but then a notification pops up. Maybe it's a new video from your favorite YouTuber, cough cough Mr. Beast maybe, or a friend's epic Instagram story, and suddenly, you're wide awake, glued to your screen. If you think you're tired, you're wrong. You're not tired. You're just unfocused. And in the next few minutes, I'll prove it to you. Let's go. Let's be real, we've all been there. Those days when you feel like you're dragging yourself through a fog, barely able to keep your eyes open. You tell yourself, and anyone who will listen, that you're just exhausted. Maybe you didn't sleep well last night, or perhaps you've been working too hard. But is that really the case? You're dragging yourself through the day, telling everyone who'll listen, I'm so tired. You might even find yourself complaining to a friend, recounting how you couldn't get a wink of sleep, or how your workload is just too much to handle. Dude, I am so tired. It's almost like a badge of honor, a way to show how hard you're working or how much you're juggling. But then, something magical happens. Your phone buzzes and it's like a shot of adrenaline straight to your brain. Suddenly you're wide awake, your eyes are open, and your mind is alert. Your phone buzzes, and it's like a shot of adrenaline straight to your brain. You feel a rush of excitement as you pick up your phone to see what the notification is about. Maybe it's a message from a friend, a new like on your post, or an interesting news alert. Suddenly you're scrolling through Instagram, watching ridiculous TikToks, or lost in a YouTube rabbit hole for hours. You find yourself laughing at memes, watching funny videos, or getting engrossed in a series of interesting articles. And you know what? You don't feel tired anymore, do you? It's like all that exhaustion just melted away. You're engaged, you're entertained, and you're definitely not thinking about how tired you were just a few minutes ago. That's because you weren't really tired in the first place. You were just distracted. Your brain was craving stimulation, and those little dopamine hits from your phone were the easiest way to get it. Think about it. Your brain was craving stimulation, and those little dopamine hits from your phone were the easiest way to get it. Think about it. How many times have you said you were too tired to work on that project, hit the gym, or even just clean your room? How many times have you said you were too tired to work on that project, hit the gym, or even just clean your room? You convince yourself that you need to rest, that you deserve a break, but then you find yourself doing something else entirely. But then, you find yourself binge-watching an entire season of your favorite show without even blinking. You can sit through hours of entertainment without feeling the need to rest. It's not that you're conserving energy, it's that you're redirecting it. That's not being tired, my friend, that's being distracted. It's your brain choosing the path of least resistance, the easy dopamine rush, over the effort of actually focusing on something meaningful. And the worst part? It's your brain choosing the path of least resistance, the easy dopamine rush, over the effort of actually focusing on something meaningful. And the worst part? This constant distraction is draining your energy more than you realize. It's like running a marathon where you stop every 5 seconds to check your phone. You might think you're conserving energy, but you're actually wasting way more in the long run. It's like running a marathon where you stop every 5 seconds to check your phone. You might think you're conserving energy, but you're actually wasting way more in the long run. Every time you get distracted, you lose focus, and it takes even more effort to get back on track. You might think you're conserving energy, but you're actually wasting way more in the long run. So next time you feel tired, take a moment to consider if you're really tired or just distracted. Your productivity and well-being might depend on it. Okay, so I'm not just messing around here. There's actual science behind this whole focus thing. Every time you switch tasks, every time you get distracted by a notification, your brain has to shift gears. It's like slamming on the brakes and then stomping on the gas over and over again. It's inefficient and it burns through your mental energy like crazy. But here's the good news. Focus is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Think about Elon Musk. The dude runs multiple companies, sends rockets into space, and still finds time to tweet memes. You think he has time to be tired? No way. He's mastered the art of focus, and the science backs this up. Studies have shown that people who practice mindfulness and focus techniques actually increase their gray matter in the brain. That's the good stuff, the stuff that helps you think, learn, and solve problems. So how do we train this superpower of focus? Well, I've got you covered. Let's break it down into 3 simple steps. Alright, step 1 to becoming a focus ninja is simple. Eliminate the distractions. In today's hyper-connected world, our attention is constantly being pulled in a million different directions. Notifications, social media updates, and endless streams of information can make it nearly impossible to concentrate on the task at hand. But don't worry, there are practical steps you can take to regain control of your focus and productivity. It's like trying to eat healthy when your pantry is full of chips and cookies. you're setting yourself up for failure. Just as you wouldn't keep junk food around if you're trying to eat better, you shouldn't keep digital distractions within easy reach if you're trying to focus. The first step is to create an environment that supports your goals. First things first, turn off those pesky notifications. These constant interruptions can derail your train of thought and make it difficult to get back on track. By disabling notifications, you're taking a proactive step towards minimizing distractions and reclaiming your mental space. Seriously, those little red bubbles are like kryptonite to your focus. They demand your attention and create a sense of urgency, even when there's nothing truly urgent happening. By removing these visual cues, you can reduce the temptation to check your phone constantly. Every time one pops up, it's like your brain goes, "Ooh, shiny object." This constant state of alertness can be exhausting and can significantly reduce your ability to concentrate on more important tasks. It's essential to break this cycle and give your brain the space it needs to focus, and you lose precious mental energy. This mental fatigue can accumulate over time, making it harder to stay productive and engaged. By reducing the number of distractions, you can conserve your mental energy for the tasks that truly matter. Next up, set some app limits. This might seem like a drastic measure, but it's incredibly effective. By setting boundaries on how much time you spend on certain apps, you can prevent yourself from falling into the trap of mindless scrolling and time wasting. I know, it sounds painful. The idea of limiting your access to your favorite apps can be daunting, but it's a necessary step if you want to take control of your focus. Think of it as a way to prioritize your time and energy. But trust me, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. It might sting a little at first, but the benefits far outweigh the initial discomfort. You'll find that you have more time and mental clarity to devote to the things that truly matter. You might feel a little twitchy at first, especially if you're used to constantly checking your phone. This is a normal reaction, and it will pass with time. The key is to push through the initial discomfort and stay committed to your goal. But after a while, you'll realize you don't even miss those endless scrolling sessions. Instead, you'll find yourself more engaged in the present moment and more productive in your daily tasks. The sense of accomplishment and satisfaction you'll gain is well worth the effort. And finally, the big one. Delete those time-wasting apps. This might seem like a drastic step, but it's one of the most effective ways to eliminate distractions. By removing these apps from your phone, you're removing the temptation to use them mindlessly. I'm talking about the ones you open out of habit, the ones that you reach for without even thinking. These apps can be a major drain on your time and energy, and getting rid of them can free up valuable mental space, the ones that suck you in and leave you feeling drained and empty afterward. These apps are designed to keep you engaged for as long as possible, but they often leave you feeling unfulfilled and exhausted. By removing them, you can break free from this cycle and focus on more meaningful activities. Look, I'm not saying you have to become a digital monk and live in the woods. It's all about finding a balance that works for you. You can still enjoy the benefits of technology without letting it take over your life. But you've got to be honest with yourself. Take a moment to reflect on your phone usage and how it's impacting your life. Are you using your phone as a tool to enhance your productivity, or is it becoming a source of distraction and stress? Are those apps adding value to your life, or are they just distractions holding you back from your true potential? It's important to evaluate the role that technology plays in your life and make conscious choices about how you use it. By taking these steps, you can create a more focused and productive environment for yourself. Remember, it's all about making small changes that add up to big results. So go ahead, turn off those notifications, set some app limits, and delete those time-wasting apps. Your future self will thank you. Now that we've cleared out the distractions, it's time to talk about the magic of deep work. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It's a skill that allows you to quickly master complicated information and produce better results in less time. In our hyper-connected world, this ability is becoming increasingly rare and valuable. Imagine being able to sit down and work on a project for hours without feeling the urge to check your phone or browse the internet. That's the power of deep work. And no, I'm not talking about diving into a swimming pool full of textbooks. I'm talking about diving deep into your work, immersing yourself so completely that you lose track of time and everything else around you. It's about creating an environment where you can focus intensely and produce your best work. I'm talking about the 90-minute rule. This rule is simple but powerful. You work in 90-minute blocks with zero distractions. Why 90 minutes? Because research has shown that our brains can focus intensely for about 90 minutes before needing a break. This is based on the ultradian rhythm, which is a natural cycle that our bodies go through every day. This is a game changer, guys. When you work in 90-minute blocks, you give yourself the best chance to enter a state of deep work. This is where the magic happens. You become more productive, more creative, and more satisfied with your work. Basically, you're going to work in 90-minute blocks with zero distractions. That means no phone, no email, no checking social media, just you, your task at hand, and laser-like focus. It might sound tough at first, but once you get used to it, you'll wonder how you ever worked any other way. That means no phone, no email, no checking social media. These are the biggest distractions that can pull you out of your flow state. By eliminating them, you create a space where you can focus deeply and get more done in less time. Just you, your task at hand, and laser-like focus. This kind of focus allows you to tap into your full potential. You can solve problems more effectively, come up with creative solutions, and produce higher quality work. It's like unlocking a new level of productivity. I know, 90 minutes might sound like an eternity at first, especially if you're used to getting distracted every 5 seconds. But trust me, it's worth it. The first few sessions might be challenging, but as you practice, it will become easier. You'll start to enjoy the process of deep work and the satisfaction that comes with it. But trust me, once you get in the zone, the time will fly by. You'll be so absorbed in your work that you won't even notice the time passing. This is the flow state, that magical place where you're so absorbed in your work that everything else fades away. It's a state of peak performance where you can achieve amazing results. This is what's known as the flow state, that magical place where you're so absorbed in your work that everything else fades away. In this state, you lose track of time, your sense of self, and your surroundings. You're completely immersed in the task at hand, and your productivity and creativity soar. It's like being in the Matrix, except instead of dodging bullets, you're crushing your goals. You're able to work more efficiently and effectively, and you feel a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction that comes from doing your best work. And the best part? The 90-minute rule isn't just some random productivity hack, it's backed by science. Studies have shown that our brains naturally work in cycles, and we're most productive in 90 to 120-minute bursts. By aligning your work sessions with these natural cycles, you can maximize your productivity and achieve better results. Our brains naturally work in cycles, and research has shown that we're most productive in 90 to 120-minute bursts. This is because our brains have a limited capacity for intense focus, and after about 90 minutes, we need a break to recharge. By working in these natural cycles, you can maintain a high level of productivity throughout the day. So, set a timer, silence your phone, and get ready to experience the power of deep work. Give it a try and see how it transforms your productivity and your ability to achieve your goals. You'll be amazed at what you can accomplish when you unlock your flow state. Alright, final step to unlock your inner focus beast energy management. Here's the thing, we've all got the same 24 hours in a day. But what separates the high achievers from the rest is how they use those hours. You see, most people focus on time management, but the real key is energy management. Your brain isn't a machine. It doesn't operate at 100% all day long. You've got peaks and valleys, times when you're naturally more alert and focused, and times when your energy dips. The key is to identify your peak performance hours and schedule your most important tasks during those times. For most people, that's first thing in the morning, but everyone's different. Don't waste your peak mental energy on mindless tasks like checking email or scrolling through social media. Save those for your lower energy periods. And remember, energy management also means taking care of yourself. Get enough sleep, eat healthy foods, and move your body. You can't expect your brain to function at its best if you're running on fumes. So there you have it, guys. The truth is, you're not tired, you're just unfocused. But the good news is, focus is a skill, and like any skill, you can learn it and master it. Remember, it all starts with eliminating distractions, mastering deep work, and managing your energy like a pro. Now it's your turn. Comment "I'm ready" below if you're serious about changing your life, and watch this next video to go even deeper into self-discipline.